Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. Today I'm here with a very special battle, as you can see from Boris and the Pegasus Knights behind him. We've got a 2v2 today, myself and Professor Pone up against Black Iron Battles and Gojira. And we've taken the last alliance of men, Empire and Bretonnia, against the foul horde. We've got Skaven and Goblins teamed up here. So let's go over the army compositions real quick. We've got Boris and an Amber Wizard up in the air, a couple Royal Pegasus Knights, Royal Hippogriff Knights, and King Lewin for Bretonnia. Got a line of Peasant Meat Shields along with State Troops, Hammer of Witches, 2 Empire Knights, and that's mostly it. The Pistoliers as well, and some Zintler's Reichsguard. Pistoliers currently getting lit up by the Natty Bubo's Sharpshooters. We've also got a Doom Diver, a couple of Rat Ogres, lots of Clan Rats and Goblins through the center with some Skulkers as well. More weapons teams, looks like Jezzails over here. We've got Ikit Zap Zap. More Rat Ogres, another Doom Diver. We've got Ragnarok Queen, Skarsnik, Orc Shaman, Goblin Big Boss, all sorts of goodies. So let's get straight to it. And yeah, my Vanguard force of Pistoliers, as expected, not doing the greatest, taking some heat from various targets here, the Jezzails and so on. They're definitely taking some hits, but they're kind of just trolling around this flank as well, kind of just being annoying, harassing a little bit. We are moving up a lot of our mobile forces. You can see the Pegasus Knights and King Lewin going all the way up and around wide. Meanwhile, Boris, Amber Wizard coming up a little bit closer, and we've got more Hippogriffs and Pegasus Knights coming up and around the far side. So my Hammer of Witch is going to be opening up shots on these Skaven weapons teams. Obviously the Jezzails are going to be of high value, very important target. Trying to get in and harass. We do get a little bit of fire. It doesn't actually get on the Jezzails, but with so many targets for the Jezzails to shoot at, and we're just going to try and overload as much as possible. It does look like there are, yeah, no rattling guns here, just the 3 Jezzails. So, excuse me. So yeah, here we go. Oh, sorry guys, a little under the weather. Boris is going to dive in here with the Amber Wizard. We're immediately going to pull up a Manticore as well. Unfortunately, we do get a Howling Warp Gale from Ikit Claw here, so that Manticore not going to be able to dive down right away, but the Spider's on station here. And yeah, so far we're taking a bit of damage. We've done a bit of damage to the Rat Ogres. We also terrified away the Sharpshooters. Meanwhile, over on the far side, same thing sort of happening over here. We've got Pegasus Knights charging through. Again, charging down from the air does mean they're going to be able to get onto these ranged units here. The Rat Ogres over on the flank learning the meaning of pain against those Royal Hippogriff Knights. Definitely not a fun time for them. Is that a Foot of Gork? Doesn't actually do much to the Hippogriff Knights. Interesting. I was interested to see what would happen there. But yeah, you can see Boris has taken a lot of damage. The Amber Wizard's been routed off. Things are not looking the best for us. The Manticore has taken quite a bit of damage as well. Over here, the Pistoliers are getting routed off. But, of course, Bretonnia's Air Force is still relatively healthy. These Pegasus Knights are taking some hits. But, you know, there's still quite a few models left. Still quite a few Hippogriffs left. Boris going to continue to dive down and go after these Jezzails in the back line here. They are obviously a huge, huge threat. The Rat Ogre's getting taken out here. We've got another Manticore summon being pulled up because the Amber Wizard did come back from routing. And yeah, things are getting pretty wild. You can see the Skaven and Goblin lines here. The infantry fight, obviously, again, going in their favor very heavily. They have definitely superior infantry. We just pretty much brought peasants and state troops, so a little bit rough. But another Howling Warp Gale goes down, actually catches that Manticore right as he goes into the area of effect. And, oh man, the blast from Ikit just blasting some of those Royal Pegasus Knights. We're going to continue to drop Flock of Doom just because there's a lot of high model count units here. Looks like the Brass Orb also being dropped there as well. The Ragnarok Queen had just chased off some units, but it looks like coming back now towards the main part of the battlefield. We'll kind of keep a high-level view for now. Boris, unfortunately, getting chased off. If he can get back up in the air, he should be able to heal, but the Empire Knights, who have mostly been passive up until now, finally getting activated here, throwing them into the back line to charge into these Clan Rats here. And we're also going to get into the Jezzails as well. You can see these Clan Rats try and interrupt, but they're not going to be able to stop up a full unit of Empire Knights. And suddenly these Jezzails are going to be caught out in the open and charged down here. Very important stuff to try and shut down these weapon teams and make sure they get, you know, routed off. But still, you know, we've still got some tough situations here. These Hippogriff Knights getting smoke bombed and dragged down by some buffed up Skulkers. The Skulkers, obviously, with the chevrons, will be a bit stronger there. Boris came back from route, thankfully, so I'm going to keep him up in the air regenerating for a little bit. But, yeah, looks like a heal from Bretonnia, healing up those Hippogriffs, keeping them online. Over here, we did manage to shatter the Warplock Giselles. If it gets Zap got routed off by the Empire Knights, so just using the Amber Wizard to give some terror. Over here, unfortunately, these Hippogriff Knights did get routed off, it looks like, trying to take down Ikit Claw. Granted, he has taken a lot of damage, but the Rat Ogres have definitely been an absolute menace. I do have a Witch Hunter as well. Failed to mention this guy. He's been trolling around this backline here. He's currently popping some shots into the side of that Arachnarok. Definitely a very good target. But we'll see if our opponents decide to try and take him out. At this point, he's fairly well isolated. You can see his leadership's not doing too hot just because of his isolation there. But yeah, the Empire infantry is starting to crumble now, even after the Bretonnian infantry crumbled. So things are looking a little dicey. The balance of power definitely not in favor of the Alliance of Men here. The Horde is pushing through pretty heavily. But we do still have plenty of tools left. The Damsel Lore of Life is still healthy. Lewin's still relatively healthy. We do still have the Hammer of Witches online as well. It's still just firing away at various targets here. It looks like still targeted on the sharpshooters, actually, unfortunately. So we're going to have to retarget that in just a second, try and go after some high-value units. The isolated Witch Hunter now paying the price for his folly. And yeah, more Flocks of Doom here. That's going to be brutal against all these high model count units. Should be able to generate some very good value there. But the Amber Wizard, in support of the Empire Knights, was able to rout off some of the Rat Ogres there. That was kind of my objective. Because I know if we can get rid of the Rat Ogres, we should be able to win this. But Boris, unfortunately, gets caught between Ikit and the Rat Ogres here. Just getting absolutely ground down. So that's a really bad situation for Boris to be in. I might lose my leadership, and that is tipping the balance of power even further. Pistoliers just kind of operating over here. Trying to keep this area occupied as much as possible to allow the Hammer of Witches to continue firing in. But yeah, you can see Boris actually goes down there, but I do have the cannon trained now on Ikit, and he is going to take quite a bit of damage from that Empire cannon if we can get some solid hits. The Empire Knights as well continuing to cycle charge, so yeah, there's a lot of light infantry left, a lot of potential for some high kill totals for these Empire Knights if we can keep them, you know, cycle charging in and out as much as possible. Obviously, the Rat Ogres are a big danger, but we do still have the Amber Wizard. Nope, just kidding, he's gone. And the Pistoliers, you know, we do still have some tools left. Certainly, Bretonnia's Air Force, if we look, Lewin's still relatively healthy. He does still have some Pegasus Knights and some Hippogriff Knights over here as well. So, yeah, we'll see. Lewin's going to come and go after the Spider. It's a bit risky now that the Spider has anti-large and can pull up Spiderlings for support, but you know, we've got to get some of these high impact units taken care of. Speaking of which, Ikit Claw now feeling the meaning of pain as the Empire Great Cannon has seen his leadership off, and he's down to just a tiny amount of HP, 122 HP. Let's see if the Empire Great Cannon, we got one shot here, not quite enough to finish him off, but yeah, that actually didn't even hit him. But we'll see, 2 more shots here, and a snipe. Very nice hit at almost the max range of the cannon there. So very decent stuff with Ikit down. That has equalized the balance of power a little bit here. And of course the Pegasus Knights going after those Doom Divers in the back, making sure our enemy's artillery has been shut down as well. The other nice thing about this situation is Lewin's also, you know, leading him on a wild goose chase. Looks like the explosion from Ikit's Doom Wheel there. But, yeah, at this point, this Horde, realizing that they need to take out this Great Cannon, is kind of pushing in this direction here. So I'm using these Pistoliers, some of these few remaining Empire State troops to try and screen out this pocket here. There are some Pegasus Knights that could maybe come back and help. Empire Knights are also, you know, doing what they can, but there's just so few of them left at this point. Granted, we have got some pretty impressive kill totals so far. Obviously, very high model count army from our opponents, but, yeah, Pegasus Knights charging through, trying to just interrupt this giant rush, but unfortunately not going to be able to save the Hammer of Witches. It is going to get compromised here. Rat Ogres coming through, just punching one of the cannons, just, you know, breaking the barrel straight in half. And, yeah, things are not looking the best. That being said, these Rat Ogres, actually, their leadership is not doing amazing. And if we look over here, The Spider has actually been caught out by Lewin and Hippogriffs and Pegasus all in support. He's also got the Sword of Couronne, lowering the melee defense and armor of the Arachnoid Queen, so yeah, suddenly the Bretonnian Air Force able to catch the Spider out in the open and take it down. That has equalized the balance of power fairly heavily, and you know, with the Empire Knights still running around as well, we can try and clean up some of these isolated units. These Pistoliers are also still alive, despite all the damage taken in the early phase of the battle. They can run around in this late game and kind of troll around, shoot at these light goblin units, none of which have a whole lot of armor. Even Skarsnik himself only has about 50 armor. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. There is still quite the horde here. And yeah, not many troops left for our side, but what is left is going to be pretty impactful. Obviously, Lewin and the Hippogriffs and the Pegasus Knights, all very, very I'm not going to say very healthy. Lewin's very healthy. These other guys are very healthy. But certainly they can get a lot of work done in this late game situation, especially against a lot of light infantry. We'll see, though. Pistoliers continuing to provide some overwatch fire. I get some little kills here and there. But nice little heal. Catches the Pistoliers, catches the Empire Knights, all these flying units. And now we are going to get the final charge underway. So here it goes. Skarsnik looks like he's going to be the main focal point here, but the Empire Knights, you know, with the rear charge, the Pistoliers have used up all their ammo just now as well, so they're also charging in, and, you know, the leadership effect of the side and rear charges combined with the Hippogriffs, I was hoping would be enough to terrify away these goblins relatively quickly. You can see those Skulkers have been terrified, Warlord's Boy has been terrified here. These goblins probably not going to hold up a whole lot longer. Yep, they immediately get terrified as well. So that's kind of the key for us here, is to just keep this tear route going. You can see the balance power has now shifted in our favor, as Skarsnik's taking a lot of damage here as well. Looks like he's going to go after the Damsel, which is obviously a good target for him, but still. The Goblins, just in general, are going to have a hard time with their leadership, especially fighting somebody like Lewin, and the fact that we have all these mobile units that can kind of get up and around and provide nice rear charge penalties here. You can see the Empire Knights doing just that. Wa's been popped. But will it be enough in this late game to pull things back? Probably not. Looks like another heal. Or a Sword of Couronne actually debuffing the melee defense, and a beautiful rear charge by these Pegasus Knights as well. Just terrifies away this entire pocket. So a massive chain route of Goblins and Skaven to be expected for these, you know, low leadership boys here. But yeah, man, that mass screaming is just amazing. And that's pretty much going to seal the fate of the game here. You can see the Hammer of Witches crew did come back from routing, managed to reman their guns here, continuing to fire away. And yeah, that's going to be it. At this point, it's just the unbreakable Warlord's Boys. Skarsnik was still alive, at least for the time being. Let's see if he gets finished off here by Lewin and the Damsel. Well, he's still alive for now, but, ooh, yep, nope, there he goes. Nope. Nope, he's still there. We'll see. But with him shattering, that is going to lead to mass army losses. So at this point, it's just these 8-peak loonies here. So we're going to fast forward as everyone comes in to finish them off. And very well played to everyone involved. Super fun battle, very much back and forth. I've had a lot of these super close kind of back and forth battles lately. It's very fun. I honestly much rather have these kinds of battles than just a one-sided stomp, certainly. And yeah, huge thanks to Professor Pone, Black Iron Battles, Gojira for playing. And if we have a look at the army breakdown here, you can see on my side, the Pistoliers ended up being very key in the late game, despite, again, the early damage taken. 118 kills on these guys. Very, very key there. 279 and 104 here on the Empire Knights. They ended up getting a lot of kills. Zittler's Reichsguard I kind of threw into a very unfavorable situation early on in the battle. They did some HP damage to some Rat Ogres, but ended up getting 0 kills, which is a bit rough. But 88 kills on the Hammer of Witches, one of which was Ikit Claw, of course. So some very key work done there. Of course, for Professor Pone, the Pegasus Knights and the Hippogriff Knights carrying a heavy load, as you would expect. 202, 58, 63 kills, 79 for Lewin himself. And, of course, they took out the other big armored opponent, which was the Spider. In terms of Gojira's army here, the Rat Ogres obviously did very well, helping to counter, you know, Boris and so on. Ikit Claw did also a great job, you know, dropping his area of effects and everything. And for Black Iron here, yeah, a lot of kills on those Skulkers. Just his Goblin front line did very well in beating down the Empire State Troops and the Men-at-Arms and so on. The Doom Divers, unfortunately, probably didn't do what they needed to, and the Ragnarok Queen getting caught out in the open multiple times was a little bit rough, but still, very, very fun battle. Hope you all enjoyed watching. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.